Howdy folks, I'm curmudgeonly snow crab, crabbily complaining about cantankerous cephalopods.
I'm Amber.
And here are more cantankerous cephalopods for us to complain about because all they're doing is giving us more Reddit stories. I don't know if that's something to complain about though. But,
No.
but I guess we'll find out. Let's get started. Alright folks, we've got a lot of stories to cover, so we're gonna just read through them today. Our first letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Letting the House Get Disgusting to Prove a Point to My Roommate? I'm a 26-year-old female and I live with my roommates, Jenna, a 27-year-old female, for about a year and a half. We met through mutual friends and got along well enough at first. She's fun to hang out with and we have similar schedules, and for the most part, we respect each other's spaces. The one issue, cleaning. From day one, I took on more of the household chores, not because I love cleaning, but because Jenna is the type of person who will leave dishes in the sink to soak for days, or let her hair pile up on the shower drain until it's practically its own organism. At first, I didn't mind. Some people just don't notice messes the way that other people do. I figured that if I kept things relatively tidy, she would eventually catch on and do her part. Spoiler, she did not. I started feeling resentful when I realized that she wasn't even attempting to contribute. If I didn't sweep the floors, they wouldn't get swept. If I didn't wipe the counters, they would stay grimy. I brought it up casually a few times, saying things like, hey, could you grab the vacuum today? Or maybe we can trade off on bathroom duty, and she would always say, oh, for sure, and then nothing. Well, the real breaking point, though, was when I overheard her telling our mutual friends that she was the one who keeps the place running. I was in my room and she was on a FaceTime call with some friends, chatting about how exhausting it was to always be the one picking up the slack at home. She even told her mom that she was the only one making sure that the apartment stayed livable. That night, I asked her, kind of jokingly, if she really thought that she did all the cleaning, and she laughed and said, well, I mean, I do my part. I just nodded and decided then and there that I was done. If she really believed that she was the one keeping the place together, that she would have to prove it. So I stopped cleaning completely. Dishes piled up, the bathroom sink became a toothpaste crime scene, dust bunnies turned into dust wolves, and I waited. At first, Jenna didn't seem to notice, but after about a week, she finally commented, wow, this place is kind of a mess. And I just said, yeah, weird, right? She muttered something about being busy and wiped down one single counter, before slightly dramatically going back to scrolling on her phone. Another week passed, and I could tell that she was starting to get annoyed. One night, she came into my room and asked, so, are you planning on doing the dishes? And I said, oh, I thought you were the one keeping the place clean. She got super defensive, saying that she does clean, just in a less obvious way, and that I was being petty. I said that I just assumed that she would keep doing what she said that she had been doing the whole time. She rolled her eyes and said that I was making things uncomfortable for no reason. I don't love living in a dirty apartment, but I refuse to clean up just so that she can keep pretending that she's the responsible one. But now I'm wondering if I took it too far. Am I the jerk for letting the apartment turn into a disaster just to prove a point? All right, folks, what do you think?
No, not a jerk. The audacity of her doing nothing and then trying to claim all the credit. Oh, it's so hard being the one to clean up everything. Like, I love how OP is handling this. I think it's perfection.
Yeah, you know, I think that OP isn't in the wrong in this particular case. I think that they are trying to prove a point that they are the person doing most of the cleaning. And, they've felt that this is one-sided for a long time and then even tried to explain that to their roommates. So when their friends come over, they'll know that she was full of, nonsense because the place looks like garbage, right? So I guess it's just going to embarrass both of them, right? And I don't know, like, this just doesn't seem like a healthy roommate
Well,
situation.
it doesn't. I do think OP should start trying to find an out because this doesn't seem sustainable.
Mm-hmm.
Because, even if the roommate were to acknowledge that OP did the cleaning, which I don't think she's going to, I think she's just going to keep huffing, is she ever going to contribute fairly to the housework? Or is she going to angrily wipe one counter and complain about how hard it is?
Yeah, I think that they should start segregating things down and just say, this is my space. I get to use it. You have your space. You get to use it, and then OP can keep their stuff clean the way they want it. So
Right. Well, there's only so much you can do though in shared spaces.
yeah,
Like, if they only have one bathroom
hmm
and like one kitchen sink.
yeah. So it's a challenging situation. It is tricky in that respect. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. But folks, let's see what the Wheel of Judgment has to say. Wheel of Judgment, turn, turn, turn. Tell us the judgment that OP's earned. A certified drama llama.
I mean, I'd say the roommate is more the drama llama.
I mean, they're both kind of drama llamas, right?
I don't know. I'm 100% Team OP. I love it.
All right, folks, and our next letter is titled, Today I Messed Up by Getting the Barista's Number at Starbucks. I stopped at Starbucks on the way home from an appointment to get my wife's drink. Starbucks has started writing on all their drinks again, so I thought that it would be funny to write a fake phone number on it and prank my wife. She's usually really clever and wouldn't fall for it, but it was worth a shot. So I grabbed a Sharpie and I wrote Christy with a heart over the I and a fake local phone number. I left the drink on the counter and I went back to my office to work. 10 minutes later, I hear, "What in the world is this?" from down the hall. Almost immediately, I get a flurry of text messages asking who the B from Starbucks is. And I'm giggling at this point that I had gotten her, but I had a work call, so I couldn't run and tell her that it was fake. I am in the middle of my meeting and she comes busting in and said, "I called Christy back, the number is fake. You're dead, idiot." She then flips me off and then slams the door, except I'm on a video call and there are 20 other people and they're staring at me in disbelief. All right, folks, what do you think?
I mean, I feel like it's kind of just desserts in some ways. Like, if the wife knew he was on a video call, then she probably shouldn't have done that. But if she just thought he was just working from home like normal at his desk, I can understand why she would be upset enough to barge in there if she legitimately like calls a number, realizes it's fake, and that implies that he was the one who asked for her for the number, you know.
Yeah, so I think there are a lot of layers on this one, right? So it depends because like I was reading some comments on Instagram because I posted this one to Instagram, and some people suggested that maybe her reaction here was a joke, like the way to get him back.
I mean,
for
it could
instance.
be, because Obi does say in the comments that they constantly prank each other, so it could be
Yeah.
part of the prank.
So they constantly prank each other, I guess, and she and him, they're both laughing about it now at this point in time, right? So it doesn't seem like she has any hurt feelings about the situation. But if her reaction was sincere and she was actually mad about it, I think that this might have been a joke that went a little too far, right? Like, her reaction certainly isn't a good reaction, and it isn't a tempered reaction, because there could have been any number of reasons why there was like a phone number on the cup, right? And I don't know, like it's I mean, I think you actually bring up a good point to kind of circle back, where you're like, if she wrote down a fake number, then it was likely because he would have asked for it. And so that reasoning there is like, well, that would be the only reason why there would be a fake number there. So either the wife took it seriously or this is a joke, but I think that they both maybe should cut back on the pranking us slightly, right?
Yeah.
But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. All right, folks, and our next letter is titled, Today I Messed Up by Putting BJ's for 2 hours on my calendar at work. So this just happened about 2 hours ago, and I'm really feeling the shame. So I figured that I would share with all of you so you could be equally amused and embarrassed for me and my wife. So I recently got a promotion at work, and with it comes a shared administrative assistant. The admin, among other things, can help schedule, move, and cancel meetings for me. To do this, she has access to my calendar and can see all of my meetings. My wife and I have a membership to a few wholesale clubs, including BJ's and Costco. On Friday, my wife wanted me to go with her to both so that we could get stuff for a party that we're having this weekend. Well, me being dumb, I went into my calendar last night and I blocked off 2 hours on my own calendar for Friday with the simple title of BJ's. Obviously, you can see where this is going, but my new admin pinged me today and we had the following conversation. Her, reminder, I can see your calendar now. Me, yep, I remember, but thanks for reminding me anyways. Her, and that means I can also see all the meetings you add for yourself. Me, still not realizing it. Yep, you got it. And her, so I can see the meeting that you put on your calendar for Friday at lunch. Me, oh no. I'm so sorry. My wife and I are going to Costco's and BJ's and I blocked off 2 hours to run some errands. I promise. Her, lol, you can do whatever you want on your own free time. Just thought that I would remind you. I don't think that she believes me, and now will be super embarrassed every time I talk or see her. Yikes. All right, folks, what do you think?
I mean, I think it's a silly miscommunication. I mean, I guess, like, They work in different parts of the country. BJ's is apparently a chain in the Northeast primarily, and she works somewhere else where they may not even have BJ's, so she may not be familiar with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because they only moved to Maine recently, our area at least, like in the last few years.
Yeah, we have a BJ's in our area.
So I knew immediately what the store was, but it might be confusing for people who have never heard of it.
Yeah, apparently there's also a bar and grill.
Is there?
Yeah, apparently. So, yeah, I mean, it's an innocent enough mistake to make, and like I can understand why they wrote BJ's on on the block, because it's a lot easier to write like BJ's than BJ's in Costco,
Yeah.
right? What also, no matter what way you phrase this,
Yeah,
it's
that's
gonna
still not gonna make it any better.
we're going to Costco and we're gonna have a good time. So, I mean, it's just an unfortunate name, and if you don't know that it's a wholesaler, then like it's going to maybe come across as in poor taste joke or maybe something else. So I don't think that OP is wrong. I think they explain the situation, and in the future they can just say shopping instead of BJ's, right? But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And folks, our last letter and an update is titled, I started washing and putting away my roommate's favorite mug whenever she uses it. When she caught me, I lied about why. I'm a 30-year-old male and I share an apartment with my friend, a 30-year-old female. I'll call her Gwen. Gwen has a lot of mugs, more than will fit in a cup cupboard all at once. So she rotates them seasonally. She loves swapping them out. I asked her why, and she says that she likes getting new mugs every couple of months. But there are 2 mugs in her collection that never leave the kitchen. They are rarely in the cupboard because the second that they are washed, she uses them again. We have a dishwasher, but it's broken. Part of our chore division is that we each take care of our own dishes. The thing is that I know that she doesn't like doing her dishes. It's a sensory thing. But she insisted that we do our own dishes, and I thought that that was pretty fair. I also know that Gwen's most favorite is her Spider-Man mug. She never told me that. I can just tell because the Spider-Man mug gets picked before any of the others when it's clean. I know this because I see it in the sink every day for her to wash before bed, with the other dishes from the day. There were times that her dishes sat for a couple of days before she could force herself to work through the sensory issues and get them done. It's never gotten to the point of smelling bad, and she apologizes every time for any dishes left overnight. I truly don't mind when this happens. I understand the sensory issues, and I'm proud of her for keeping on top of it as much as she is. Now comes the part that I need to get off my chest. The background info was important, I promise. Every time Gwen realizes that she can use her Spider-Man mug, she dances an adorable happy dance while making her tea in the morning. She doesn't seem to realize that she's dancing or even realize that I notice her dancing. Either way, it's my favorite part of the day when I'm getting ready for work and she does this little happy dance while getting her breakfast because she gets to use her Spider-Man mug every single morning. It seriously cheers her up, and she's been a lot more positive throughout the day since I started doing this. Gwen found me washing her dishes last week. I had been doing it for a little while, but this was the first time that she walked in and caught me bubble-handed washing her Spider-Man mug. I'm not gonna lie, I panicked. She thanked me for helping her and asked why I started doing her dishes too. She even asked if I was annoyed by her dishes when she left them. This was absolutely not the case, but I couldn't tell her that I watched her happy dances. That's kind of creepy, but it's cute, and it makes me happy to see her happy. If she knew that I was watching her dance, she would feel self-conscious and stop doing them. She's pretty shy about stuff like that. She won't sing in front of anyone, but singing is one of her favorite things to do, and I've caught her singing along to her music before she realizes that I'm home more than she realizes. I also pretend not to notice when that happens. She has a really pretty voice. So yeah, I couldn't tell her why I'm really doing her dishes, or I would lose my favorite part of the day. I told her that I like to get mine done every night. It's something that my mom always told me to do. I was already there, so it wasn't that big of a deal to do hers as well. It saves water, and she does a few of the household chores that I hate because she likes them. So I don't mind doing this one tiny extra chore that she doesn't like. I feel like I was pretty obviously not telling the truth, but I think she believed me. She didn't tell me to stop. She hasn't brought it up since she caught me, so I still get to see her happy dance when she goes into the kitchen and sees her Spider-Man mug ready for her to start her day. Edit. Alright, I'm headed to bed. Thank you all for your comments. To clarify, we are just friends. We are roommates now, but we were friends first. Anyways, it's been fun, but it's 5 a.m. and I have an appointment at 10 a.m. This should be fun. Good night. Edit 2. It's now 9 a.m. and I just woke up to so many notifications. What in the world was happening while I was napping? Thank you everyone for your responses. I did not expect my habit that I thought would be seen as weird or creepy to get this much attention. I'm so glad so many of you got a smile from my post. As I can tell, I like to give people a reason to smile, so I hope you're all having an awesome day. Edit 3. Guys, she found the post. Scatter. No, for real. She commented on this post. She made an account specifically to comment. How did this happen? And how did it happen so fast? I didn't think that she was on Reddit. She's always on YouTube watching video games or listening to stories. She used a picture of the mug as her profile picture, and I'm panicking. I'll update you when I'm brave enough to go out to the kitchen. I can hear her cooking. Edit 4, so I linked a picture with an update, and the automod did not like. So I have removed the link, but the update is still on my profile for anyone interested. And I'll read you the friends comments here. Bottom Turk, fantastic themed name choice, 10 out of 10. I gotta ask, is her happy dance set to the tune of a classic Spider-Man theme song? And do you think the lyrics in her head are Spider Mug, makes the tea easy to chug, is magically cleaned every day. I'll do a happy dance anyways. Look out, here comes the spider mug. And OP's friend says, it is now. And Zero Cool says, we found the roommate. We love you. And OP's friend says, oh, for goodness sake, he spotted me. Love you too, random citizen. Alright folks, and our next letter is an update. I started washing and putting away my roommate's favorite mug whenever she uses it. And when she caught me, I lied about why. Good morning, y'all. A couple of days ago, I made a post at 3 in the morning to confess that I did my roommate's dishes because I secretly love to watch her do a happy dance when she sees her favorite mug is clean for her to use again. That post has changed our lives, and I'm only being a little dramatic by saying so. I gotta say thanks to everyone who upvoted and commented on my original post. I'm still shook at just how many people read about me and my mug and my happy best friend. The amount of people saying that my post made them smile or reminded them of their own friendship or significant others has kept me smiling for days. I'm kinda into making people happy, if that wasn't already obvious. So the fact that so many people had even a moment of positivity because of me has been awesome. Well, when I made the original post, I just wanted to tell someone about the mug dancing, but I knew that Gwen wouldn't like it if I told anyone we knew, so I came to Reddit to shout into the void, and oh boy, did the void shout back. There were so many comments asking if I really thought that we were just friends, and I'll be honest, when I made the post, we absolutely were just friends. We have never talked about being more than friends, and I was happy being friends because we have an amazing friendship. I hadn't really thought about the possibility of it being more because dating was always something that I planned to do when I had my life more together or when I had more money. I never let myself consider what I was missing out on by waiting for the right time. Her finding my post opened up the chance for Gwen and I to talk about things that we hadn't before, and over breakfast that morning we found where we stood with each other and what we thought things could look like moving forward depending on what we both agreed was best, of course. We didn't have any solid plans or decisions and didn't want to rush into something that would ruin the good that we already had going for us. But I'll admit that I was hoping for a specific outcome. There was one comment on the first post that had really caught my attention. To paraphrase again, they told me to think about how I would feel if someone else got to see Gwen do her happy mug dance instead of me, and it hit me hard. I didn't mind the idea of someone else seeing her so happy. I just don't know if anyone she dates would notice what I did and decide to do what I did. What if they don't care or didn't think that it was important or any of those other things that I do to make her laugh or smile? I really don't like the thought of not being there to make sure that she has an extra reason to smile in the morning. Gwen wants me to admit that I'm a sappy moron because I teared up writing this. I'm a sensitive man in touch with my emotions, and you know you love it, so just shut up. To all the people saying that it's possible for platonic relationships like ours to be just platonic, you are absolutely correct. Our friend group is very open with physical and verbal affection, and we help each other all the time with big and small things. We all say that we love each other, and it's just a normal way for us to communicate as a group, not just between Gwen and I. Honestly, if I hadn't made my original post, I'm not sure when or if we would even have gotten to the point we are now. Maybe we'd have continued just as we are, and that would have been just as happy of an outcome. Just a different one. Like a choose your own adventure with multiple options for good resolutions. Which brings me to an actual update. Gwen and I agreed to try dating. We are putting a new label on our relationship, but our first date is next week. I'm making it all a surprise. Gwen helped me write the post and will be reading the comments, so I can't give any details. But it's going to be the best first date that she's ever been on, or I'll eat my candy corn patterned socks. I think that she might be the one for me, and I'm going to take every chance that I can to make sure she thinks the same about me. You all are the best and we love you. Do something kind for your loved ones, for us, and everyone can and should find something to happy dance about. It makes life more fun. Love from Gwen and Peter. All right, folks, what do you think?
That is so wholesome. Update me, OP.
Mhm.
I want all the happiness.
Yeah, I mean, I think that this is a really nice resolution, and I'm glad that they have this relationship that can work for them. And I will show people a picture of the mug. Yeah, and for anyone who's interested, this is what the Spider-Man mug and the pumpkin mug look like. So.
Yeah, in one of OP's comments, someone asked what happened when she found the post, and he's like, she made me tea in her second favorite mug, which is the pumpkin mug.
Yeah. All right, folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I've got some tea right here, and Amber, she has a joke.
Why do broken clocks enjoy daylight savings?
Probably because that makes it so that they're at least right once, twice in the day, maybe 3 times in a day.
Because they like to spring forward.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Today is daylight savings, and it's also National Barbie Day.
Oh, so go find yourself a Barbie and then roll the clock back cruelly on them, or spring it forward cruelly on that. And I have licorice spice. All right, folks, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Happy special Sunday, folks. I hope your Sunday is special, and you know what makes it special. You do, and Amber does too.
And Brian does too.
And Peter and Gwen do as well.
Yes.
Amber, we need some kind of moral advice and or guidance, and please have it on being a good roommate.
Being a good roommate involves working together as a team and finding ways to accommodate each other.
Yes. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye.